Hi, we're your hosts, Dr. Michael
Thrill.
and welcome to season 6 of Magical People Live. You may remember me from my television shows in the 1980s and 90s, and now I host two regularly live streamed virtual magic shows. One is a showcase for some of the greatest magicians in the world, and the other is a talk show featuring some of the most inspiring conjurers of our times. Welcome now to Magical People. And welcome everybody to season 6 of Magical People Live. I'm excited to announce my new co-host. In fact, it's my only co-host. Never had a co-host before. Ergo, my new co-host, Cheryl, aka, should we say?
Sure. Lady Chameleon.
There we go. And her assistant, the famous Michaela, or Mick, as we like to call her, your beautiful daughter. So we are here today. We're very, very excited that we have our special guest, Simon Piercy, this day. We'll get to know him a little bit more. And I'd like to start off this show with a very, very difficult illusion, an experiment of the mind, if you will. And I would like to call up a friend of so many shows, including the Tuesday and Wednesday night show, um, soon to be just the Wednesday night show. It's the great Robina the Enchantress. How are you, Robina?
Greetings. I am doing fine. I am traveling right now. Is it a little too noisy? Should we do this later or is it fine?
We're here. We're doing it now. Why not? You're in your magic shop. What's the name of it?
Well, the Bussey's Magic and Comic Shop in San Antonio, Texas. And said we've been there
Excellent.
for 12 years.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for taking a few moments to help us with this experiment. We've set up nothing. Is that correct?
It is correct.
So we are going to use, and I'll just bring this down because I can. Why not? We're going to use a number of very, very opaque envelopes. Hence, I've selected black as the color. And with these, we don't need this anymore, but we'll still keep it in sight a little bit. There's no way, shape, or form, Cheryl, that you can see through these envelopes. I know that's so because they are indeed opaque. I'd like you, please, if you will, either by yourself or having Michaela assist you to blindfold yourself because the folks watching this, they won't believe it. They'll think that somehow we've arranged some sort of markings or that Cheryl can maybe see through these, which is impossible simply because they're ordinary. They're ordinary black envelopes. And I'm hoping that Rabina, and I do want to emphasize for everybody that we've set up nothing. You can see my marker, my pen, if you will, and I'm going to go through touching each one, and wherever it feels right, I'd like you please to stop me, to say stop.
Stop.
This one or the next one?
The next one.
The fifth one. Okay, very, very good. So we're going to move the other ones a wee bit off to the side because I have a funny feeling we're going to have to open all of these and prove to everybody that they truly are all different. Upon each one is a card. There's a card sitting, a card size card stock, if you will. In each of these envelopes, each of them has a large round disc color. And it will be hopefully Cheryl who guesses right, who perceives via, we can call it X-ray vision, we can call it remote viewing or long distance viewing. We're going to hope that Cheryl is able to pick up something. Now, I'm going to ask you, Cheryl, if you will, I'm not sure that you need your blindfold anymore, but we'll let you keep it on. Are you picking up a color of any kind? Does one come to your mind?
I am picking up a color.
Alrighty. Um, I'm hoping that it's remaining consistent, that it hasn't changed and keeps changing to various colors. Have you settled on one color that seems to be first and foremost in your mind? What stands out?
The color that stands out?
Yes,
Yellow.
yellow. I want to reiterate, Rabina, you had no clue what color was in each envelope. We set up nothing, we prearranged nothing, and
Mm.
Cheryl picked up on a color. And the color that she picked up, we'll call it yellow orange for the safety's sake so that you guys can see. It is yellow orange. My
Yes.
prediction, my prediction I've written on this pen, and I'm hoping you can see that as well. It's yellow orange. But furthermore, I want you guys to see that that was indeed the only yellow orange in all the other envelopes. We have red, we have green, we probably, I don't even know what's in each one anymore. I truly don't. Um, so, there we go. We have purple, we have a veritable plethora of colors. We have blue. She zeroed in on the yellow orange as predicted. And I want to thank you so much, Rabina the Enchantress, for helping us this day. We'll see you probably on Wednesday on the Wednesday night Open Magic Theater. Check out Facebook for that. Let's give her a round of applause and Cheryl as well for doing this. It wasn't easy. It
Thank you
truly
to Lady Camellia. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you, Rabina.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you. So we are going to meet. For some of you, you'll be meeting him for the first time. For others of us, we'll have the pleasure of revisiting him again. So I would love to bring up, for the first time today anyway, the amazing Simon Piercy. Let's clap for Simon. Yay.
Hello.
Simon Piercy, how are you this day?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Excellent. Don't you have deja vu? I have the funniest feeling we've done this before. It may be my imagination. I'm not sure. I'm going to brag on you a little bit, Simon, and the quality of your work. His business is called Experts at the Craft Table, and I know he's on Facebook and Instagram because I frequent his pages and sites. He makes up variations of perhaps existing effects. He almost turns them into something completely different using amazing stories. And I'd love to know where you got. Now, one of my favorite effects that you offer is Egyptian themed, and it's one that I've added to my repertoire. I'm a collector of similar effects. We can say this, the magicians will know, the non-magicians will not know the name Quran, Al Quran. It's your version of an Al Quran effect. Where did you come up with the idea? How were you inspired by this, Simon?
So I've always liked the Al Quran medallion effect, but I wanted a way where you could actually have the thing inscribed on the back rather than using the sort of dual reality. And there's a way that you can do it that somebody else produces, but you need a special tool for it. Um, I wanted a way you could do it without needing any special tools or anything like that. So
Wonderful. And
I
it
came up
certainly
with,
it meets those criteria.
yeah. I mean, I'm not 100% certain that the idea behind it originally came from me because there is existing work using that method for something else. It's
Yes.
possible that I heard that in passing somewhere. um,
Yes.
and it
In your
inspired this. I don't know.
in your version, and can we say the name of it, please?
The Scarab of Amun-Ra, my one. I mean,
Yes, Egyptian themed, beautiful effect.
yeah,
In
so
your
that's
version, and then I'll compare it to the original version. In your version, this beautiful metallic, indeed metal scarab, it looks gorgeous, is on a chain, it's on a display stand the whole time. And one can patter about Egyptology and related themes, or they can come up with their own theme. But essentially, three numbers are selected, and they can be written down in front of the audience like so, and an audience member who's present, I like to call them committee members, you pick up the medallion, you hand it to the person, they read out the number or the three numbers, which of course match the named number. It's that clean. The numbers are engraved on the back of the scarab medallion. It's beautiful. Al Quran's presentation was somewhat different, and I really prefer yours because in a similar presentation, Al had three people each name a number. He wrote the numbers down, he showed it to the audience, and then he pulls out of his pocket what appears to be like a ring box. He opens it up, and there's a medallion. It's not the beautiful scarab, but with an audience member, assistant, or committee member, he has them quote unquote read the engraving on the back and the numbers match. So it's a beautiful effect, which I believe he may have originated, and certainly has become popularized and variations sold. But I like yours because it looks cleaner, it looks more honest. The prop itself looks wonderful, and the writing does look engraved. So you're not lying when you say look at the engraved numbers on there. It looks really, really good. It's
well,
not
it
that
doesn't
hard to
look
get.
engraved. It is engraved.
Yes, yes, yes. Very, very nice. Very beautiful. Um, I actually have another prop of yours that I bought from you. It's a beautiful little box. It's not a deep box, but sometimes things that go in, usually playing card type of or photographs that go in may change or may vanish. You can use playing cards as well. It's beautifully made. The wood feels really sort of ancient. It doesn't feel like, well, we won't even talk about plastic, but it doesn't feel like any other marketed type of fact of its kind. And another one well, a couple of years ago, perhaps it was even this year, you sent me a beautiful set, two sets of ESP cards, and they look beautiful. They look arcane, and the secret something is totally invisible to the naked eye. That's all I'm going to say. And I have used them numerous times on the Tuesday Night Magic Theater, the Open Mic Magic, which starting this Wednesday will be called the Open Mic Magic Theater on Facebook. Look for it. In any case, you're so appreciated, the quality of your work. And besides the influence of Al Quran, you have a number of other effects. How do you come up with the ideas? Do you just see an effect you like and you choose to improve on it, or what?
It depends. I mean, sometimes I'll be performing on open mic magic or something, for example, and I'll think, oh, I'm performing tomorrow. What am I going to perform? And chain of ideas from there ends up with something. Sometimes I'll see an effect and think I could do that better, or I would like to do that
Yes.
better. Sometimes I'll think of a prop and try and come up with something I can do with the prop. I mean, there's shameless self-promotion. There's a number of ways that you can come up with different magical effects and actually detail all of my methods really for coming up with routines in my book, Crafting the Arcane.
And that's available on the website as well?
That's available on the website ectmagic.com.
Very, very good. Somehow I think that's deja vu. I think I saw it somewhere else, maybe written in white on black. I'm not sure. I want to share with our audience right here and right now a video of a recent performance, relatively recent of yours when you came on one of my shows. So everybody, check it out.
Thanks, Dr. Michael. Um, so those of you who called me on the Tuesday Night Magic show a couple of weeks back, didn't go so well for me. So I thought I'd do something where if it doesn't go so well for me this time, it'll be my last performance. So wish me luck. For this, I am going to need a volunteer. Um, anyone would like to join me up on the stage? See if anyone's raising their hand. Tommy Burnett.
Hello, Simon.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Looking forward to talk tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to your show tomorrow. So this, what I'm about to perform, it's a variation on a game, actually. It's normally a game for one player, but I thought I'd introduce a second player just so that there's no way that I can cheat, basically. I'll be letting you make all the decisions. So if you can imagine yourself in the trenches on the Eastern Front in 1917, the officers in a trench at that time, not sure if they were bored or stupid or what, but they came up with a game, which we know as Russian roulette. Now, I'm in England, so I can't do it the traditional way with a gun because we're not allowed those. So in place of a gun, I've got a spike. Just to show you it is a real spike. There's Now we've got a bag for the spike to go in.
Okay.
We'll place on here. I put some sticky dots on this. This rotates. So I'm gonna approximate the revolver.
Okay.
And we've got these are empty bags in the Blue Peter style as one of the other magicians mentioned earlier. I prepared them earlier. I've already folded over the top just to make them identical to.
Okay.
We'll get those on our sticky dot. Now, if anyone's not familiar with this game, or I write any numbers on there, we'll give it a bit of a spin so I have no idea which one has got the spike in it. You'll spin the revolver and there'll be one bullet in the chamber and the rest will be empty. I'm just going to number these so that you'll be able to tell me which one I'm going to be playing the game with, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, the rules are pretty simple. You spin the revolver and you slam your hand down on one. Like so. You've got numbers 1 through 5 left. If you'd like to take a pick of a number, I mean, that first one, it was a 1 in 6 chance. It's not really that much of a risk, really. We're now down to a 1 in 5. So
how about number 2?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on a 1 in 5 chance. This one's 20% that could be in here. Not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that one. We're now down to 1 in 4 though. 25% chance of me ruining my career. The chamber of spin. Pick a number. You've got 1 and 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah, how about number 4?
Number 4.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
We're now up to 1 in 3. This is where it starts getting a bit hairy.
Yeah.
We've got
We have
one,
one,
3, and
three, and
5 left.
okay.
Please don't pick the one that's got the spike in it.
Let's do number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah. Hmm.
Right. So now we're down to 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those odds.
I don't either. So we have one, and
One and
four.
3. If you pick the one
Three.
with the spike in, I won't be on your show tomorrow. Just so I'll be in hospital.
um. Oh,
One
I
or
don't know if I want. I don't know if I want to pick this one. Michael, you pick. I want. I want to be responsible. Follow the number 1 or 3, Michael.
Let's do one.
Okay,
one.
1.
And one, just to clarify, 1 is the one you want me to slam my hand down on, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
So there's no weird wording of the choice here. It's
No.
not
There's no
eliminate one.
no ambiguity
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I'm gonna slam my hand down on number 1.
Okay, I'm gonna hide my
Okay.
eyes. I don't want to see this.
Drum roll, I guess.
Oh,
Whoa. Wow.
Number 3
Wow.
is the only one
Hey.
remaining. Thank you,
Wow.
Michael and Tommy, for not ending my career early.
Awesome.
that was
Awesome.
great.
Yay, wonderful. It's one of my favorite performances of Simon Piercy's version of that effect. I've seen a number of very similar effects and the way they were performed. And yours, and I'm not just saying that to be nice, I'm not just saying that because you're a guest on the show today, is my absolute favorite. It has humor, it has mystery, it has all the elements which add up to entertainment. So thank you for that, Simon. I want to
Thank you.
mention again, or have you mention, experts at the craft table. The website address again is, I think it was held up before, you mentioned it. It's ectmagic.com.
ectmagic.com, yeah.
Excellent. And you can also be found, or at least your business can be found on Facebook and on Instagram as well, ECT Magic, as it's referred to as on those sites. Thank you so much for showing up this day, for taking the time. I know you do have a busy schedule. You're appreciated. And hopefully we'll see more of you in the new year. Thanks, Simon. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And there we go. Wow. That's all I can say is wow, because as you all know, I'm a man of few words, and wow is one of them. So I would love to share another experiment of the mind. We'll torture poor Cheryl again, or Lady Chameleon again. And yes, more deja vu. We actually performed this on last night's show, on the Friday night Wizard Emporium Effect, or rather show. And it is one of my favorites. I've nicknamed it, oh, I forget the nickname. You should know, Cheryl. What's it
Come
called?
on.
I, yeah, I have to cheat and look at my notes.
Cheat, cheat.
Okay, it's you'll see, you'll put it all together in a minute, because it does involve it does involve photographs. And I all of a sudden I thought of another name for it. I thought of picture perfect, though I know it's not, but
Ooh,
there's another potential name for it.
yeah.
So on here, I've taken the time to print out and laminate a number of my favorite, I guess they're from the 1800s, 19th century authors of very famous works, such as Edgar Allan Poe, such as Robert Louis Stevenson, and the lovely Mary Shelley and her modern Prometheus. Frankenstein book. We have Jules, I would say Jules Verne, but it's Jules Verne to everybody else, and probably Bram Stoker here somewhere, I believe. Yes, and So we've got a number of them. And I want to try to stump you again because quite frankly, folks, she amazes me. She wears blindfolds, apparently, and ungimmicked blindfolds, by the way. Some of you will know what that means. And sometimes she blows me away with her ability to see things, not because of medication in any way, shape, or form. I want to make that clear to everybody, but more her ability to use her mind to transcend solid objects. Really, the idea is you're going to blindfold yourself in a minute because there might be a way. I do want to mention that to folks. I want to make this completely honest. There might be a way that somehow, if her eyes are opened or not covered, that she might be able to see the picture. I don't believe so. It's really solid and laminated, and no one can see through this. It's completely opaque. But for those skeptics out there, I want to make it a little bit more difficult and have her blindfold herself, either by herself or have Mick assist in the operation. So there's no operation, Cheryl. I'm just kidding. Bring out the scalpel, Mick.
No, the lasers.
This wasn't part of the contract. Wait, there is no contract.
That's
Okay. We're having just too much fun here, kids. And I would love to bring up, let's see, who can we have up? Who's you know what? Let's torture him a little bit more. Let's bring back Simon Piercy. Simon, are you willing to assist in this experiment of the mind? Please say yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, and then I could just see him turning off his camera and he leaves after that. But for all of you, I'd like you to get a bit of a better look because I want you to see how opened this all is. There's no monkey business of any kind. And quite frankly, folks, I have no idea where anybody or anything is. With these cards, I am going to bring out so we can see a little bit better. Some stands. There will be a stand for each card or each photo, if you will. And they're just standard dollar store stands, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There, we do have 7. And now I must carefully, even though she's blindfolded, I'm going to very carefully, so that even our audience doesn't see. I'm pretty much the only person who can see what these personalities are, who these authors are. And we're going to place them in each stand, if we can stand that. And then we are going to get Mr. Piercy, Mr. Simon Piercy, calling Mr. Simon Piercy. There, that looks pretty even, if you will. Going to move my hand across each card. I just want to make sure they look consistent visually. And I'm going to ask you, please, to stop me where it feels right, where spirit strikes, so to speak.
Stop.
Right here?
It was
The
the
sixth
one before that.
This one?
That
Or
one, yeah.
this one? This one.
The first one. On the end.
This. Okay, so that would be the
Yeah.
7th one. Okay, very, very good. Lucky 7. We are going to move the rest of them out of the way and isolate this one as best we can. And I'm going to bring in my slate. I thought I'd add a bit of a double whammy here, so to speak. And I think I'm going to attempt, well, I mean, it's staring me right in the face. So I'm going to write the author's name down on my chalkboard. And Cheryl, hopefully, with a bit of concentration, you can leave your blindfold on or leave it off. I know it's going to be probably difficult to write on your slate, so we'll have you remove it. So I'm going to, at this point, And we prearranged nothing. Is that correct, Simon?
Yeah, that's correct.
Excellent. I'm wondering if I should write out. I hope, folks, I'm spelling this right. Cheryl will now, hopefully she's cleared her head enough to perceive via automatic spirit writing distant viewing. Have you picked up the identity of a particular author, Cheryl?
I have.
Alrighty. And you've committed that to your slate? Is that
I have.
correct?
Yes.
Very, very good. If this works, folks, it will be a minor miracle. And well, if it fails, that's all right too, because nothing is 100%. I'd like you, please, at this point, Cheryl, if you will, to share with us the name of the work of fiction that one of the works of fiction that this
It's in a
person has
show.
written, and it is magically vanished somehow.
I almost
If you
have
probably hold it right in front of you. Ah,
it.
the Raven. The Raven. Guess what? Edgar Allan Poe is indeed the author of The Raven. We did, or actually Simon did, select out of all the cards the author Edgar Allan Poe. I'm just going to turn these around one more time to just show everybody. Indeed, they really were all different. There was no duplicates in any way,
There.
shape, or form. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for being the person you are, the amazing perceiver of thoughts. I said perceiver of thoughts. I don't believe I did. Whoops. But indeed I did. And thank you so much, Simon, again, for your patience for assisting us in this. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Simon. Thank you.
Yay. And so it looks like we've come to the end of the first show, anyway, of our season, our new season 6. Are you looking forward to the rest of the season, Cheryl? It's going to be jam-packed
Oh,
with really interesting guests.
I am looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Okay. And I just have this weird feeling she held up calls for help previously on her slate. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in that amazing mind, but nonetheless, it goes on. I want to thank all of you out there for, oh dear, I may be in trouble. I want to thank all of you out there for joining us this day. We're here every Saturday at 1 p.m. West Coast time. That would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That would be 4 p.m. Eastern time and 9 p.m. UK time right here, generally Facebook and YouTube. So, again, thank you all for your patience, for putting up with me. We'll see you all really soon. Thank